to Timeless Union with Yolanda.
This is the best. Voices from the margins.
Or just hello guys. Welcome to Timeless Union with Yolanda.
Hello guys, welcome to Timeless Union with Yolanda. Yolanda, say hi to the people.
Hello guys, welcome to our podcast.
Okay, so after a long break, I don't remember the last time we met Yolanda. Maybe it was last year around October, I think. So we decided to rekindle our podcasts. It was a nice thing working together with Yolanda, and she also did a lot with Timeless Union. So I'm so happy to be back again with Yolanda on another mission that we have named Voices from the Margins. So Yolanda, tell us a bit about Voices from the Margins.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Innocent. I believe you haven't introduced yourself. So Voices from the Margins is something that came up after noticing how other voices are being silenced. Like what I always say, or maybe it's my first time saying it, that in a world that is full of information, we tend to find out that there are voices that rise above the noise, and there are the other voices that drown out completely, to such an extent that we can't even notice them. But we tend to see that these people are the same people you are using to gain something, but you are not recognize them in the society. So I want to know, Mr. Innocent, what do you think about these people? How should we help them, or how should we make them be recognized?
Well, that's a very wonderful observation that you made, that there are some voices that hover above the others and others are drowned, of which society itself is driven by the principle of Ubuntu. You are because I am. So we are interconnected. Even from an economics point of view, I understand that we all measure in the economic sense because we are all buyers, we are all sellers that are interacting in a market, be it the others are rich, the others are poor. So at the end of the day, we should have a social consensus as human beings. So in my own opinion, it is an important thing as social science students to look at some of these issues that have to do with society and try to point out problems that emanate in society, like problems relating to poverty. Because a lot of voices are drowned because of poverty, because when others have the means, like ourselves, we can shoot this podcast. It's a means to communicate to the world, but there's someone out there whose problem might never be recognized because they don't have the voice. So I would say that's a very wonderful observation. So moving on, what can we do, Yolanda, to ensure we reach out to the voices? I understand this is not the first time we met on this initiative. We were at the grounds during the Diwali. We met a lot of relevant people who deal with the society at large. So maybe you can just tell us in short what you discussed with some of the people that you met at the grounds.
Okay, thank you so much. So before I say what I heard, what I got from other people, I think for us to recognize these people, we should start by listening to them. Because we don't listen, we just tell them what to do. It's just telling. There's no listening and all that. So if people tend to listen to those people, I believe we can draw them near to the mainstream society. Mm-hmm. And coming to the people I've talked to, I talked to the president of the Zimbabwe Students Association, and he stressed more about boys being addicted to drugs. And he said that it's not like they are forced, or they do it willingly. It depends with the situation, because there are those who are being forced and there are those who are doing it because maybe it's lack of something to do, their minds are idle, whatever, I don't know. Then he said to what he's looking forward, the help he wants in this association is for people to come and teach the boys the advantages and disadvantages of these drugs in life. Then he talked about girls. He said the girls are being harassed in the streets, and it's something that maybe the people, especially the girls, might take it in a wrong way, which means they need someone who will teach them and who will educate them on how to go about these things. Then I think he also said something about mismanaging of funds, that people will now generate more problems from that. So I believe those are the problems they've stressed so far, they've told us. So I don't know, Mr. Innocent.
Okay, I think you have said it correctly, and that's true. Indeed, the leaders are doing their duty. They can identify the core problems that are in every society of growing youths. The problems relating to drug abuse. It's true. And maybe you might want to know why we continuously do some of these things. We do some of these things so we can engage ourselves. There are a lot of problems that emanate when you leave your brain to be idle. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. I remember that's one thing that I learned when I was young. So I always try to occupy myself. So of course that would be a little bit unfair for me to just judge and say somebody doesn't have something to do. So it's very important to hear from someone who is having a problem with drug abuse, why they're doing it and how they need the society to assist them, and how we can assist maybe someone who has not yet gotten addicted, because it is very important for us to cure the problem before it emanates, because some problems are beyond repair because we allowed them as a society to grow. So the moment we listen to others facing the same problems, the moment we can be able to curb the spread of such a problem for the future. So I wouldn't want to waste much of your time explaining what Yolanda has already explained. For me, I was so fortunate to meet one of the most intelligent and excellent leaders in our community, Her Excellency President Freda, the president of the African students in LPU. So she also said similar things. She said the major problems that are in the society are problems to do with finances. She mentioned that a lot of people are disadvantaged. So we need to help each other as a society. That was she was stressing, and she says the only way for us to be helping each other is when people come through. So I hope we will be able to help in that initiative of enabling people to come through so that they can share their problems. However, she was blunt to tell us the truth that finances might not be the major problem. Sometimes we inflate our lives to want to live a life that is beyond what we can accommodate in terms of finances. So that's what she said. She said that she would really want to help people when it comes to managing things to do with peer pressure. She really wants to encourage people to live within their means, because that's why these problems emanate. But I hope we will be able to get a deep dive into why problems continue to emanate in a society. So we will engage different people as we go through this initiative of voices from the margins, because indeed there are a lot of people that are in the margins that need us to hear them out, because it is only when we hear them out that we can be able to organize some solutions that can assist them. So Yolanda, I don't know if I have missed anything very important as we introduce this initiative of ours.
No, actually, I believe you have stressed out all the points, but just to add a few, I think for us to avoid this, before we even look for help from outside, I believe as an individual, there are things that you can do to help yourself before you start doing the drugs. or living that life you don't afford. We all know that where we come from, how is the situation. So firstly, if you are contented with what we have, I believe you won't be drawn to doing those kind of things. And also for drugs and all that, I believe if we develop that habit of reading, maybe doing sports or doing something for fun or whatever, so that you don't end up overthinking. Because most of the boys, the ones I talked to, you hear them like, I was stressed, so I was looking for something to ease my stress and all that, you understand. So I believe we have to do something yourself before you start looking for help from outside. So Mr. Innocent, what are we expecting from you and your so-called people to join us in your initiative?
Okay, indeed, we are expecting a lot, like we mentioned, that the major problem is when we do not hear people out.
Okay.
These are perspectives based on our lives. The moment you reach out to different people, you are going to actually appreciate life better. So I think the first thing is for us to go into the society and allow ourselves to hear people out. If those who are courageous enough to tell us that they've been in these problems, what caused it, how they were able to come out of it. So I think the most important thing is that we are going to have a lot of initiatives and engagements with different stakeholders in the society, so we can get to hear people out, because I don't want to conclude things from my perspective. That's why we are to come up with voices from the margins. If you think your situation is unique and it needs special attention, this is the right show for you to show up. If you think your escape story is unique, also come through so that you motivate someone. Because at the end of the day, it is all about finding a solution to a problem. So that's all I can say. We are promising to the people. I think that's all. If I have missed anything.
Okay, so what I can say is, for now, to the people, your problem today might be someone's testimony tomorrow. So you are welcome to come and share your problems or your advice, whatever you want to share with others here at Timeless Union with Yolanda, because you might save a soul. You don't know. Maybe what you went through, God had a mission or an assignment for you to come and save the next person. So I believe if this is the right platform for people to come and share and learn, advise each other. You never know what tomorrow holds. So from Yolanda, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Looking forward to many wonderful